Hello. Today I am going to discuss about jobs in the USA after master's degree. See, majority students who join American university for masters, they like to work in America at least for a few years and then come back to their home country. What is the procedure? Once you complete your graduation, you get 60 days to hunt for a job, and if you get a job in those 60 days, you can immediately activate your OPT, optional practical training, and then continue working for 3 years, and in the meanwhile, you can apply for H1B visa, and if you get H1B visa, you can again work in America for 6 years. Now, earlier it was relatively easy to get a job after your masters, but now the job market is little tight, so therefore it is not very easy to get a job after masters, especially in the field of IT related fields like data science, information technology, computer science, cyber security, etc. In engineering field, at least it is relatively easy to get a job like civil engineering, mechanical engineering, industrial engineering. But everybody has to really struggle to get a job. Now therefore I am giving some tips for steps to obtain a job after MS. Now first, once you complete 2 semesters and once you start your 3rd semester, try to apply for your jobs, because today the situation is so bad that you really have to send 600, 800 applications, and then you get some interview calls and finally you get 1 or 2 jobs. Therefore, you should start applying immediately once you go in the 3rd semester. For that, you have to prepare an excellent resume. Now, how to prepare a resume? See, it has to be very attractive. Layout should be clean and simple. Then you must write your employment history if you have work experience back home, starting with the most recent job. You must write your relevant education, your specialization in that, your projects or your other academic achievements, your thesis, and plus you must tell them your required skills, because every employer needs some specific skills and you have to mention whether you have those specific skills, including various programming languages or AI, ML, whatever. And your resume has to have the optimum word count, preferably it should be 1 page. You can't give a very big, very large resume because they have no time to read that resume. Again I am repeating that since the job market is tough, you have to send hundreds of applications without losing patience. It's very difficult, I can understand. Sending 700, 800, 600 applications is not a joke, you get frustrated. This has become a full-time job now, that every day after the college gets over, you sit in front of your computer and start sending 10, 12, 13 applications. You check on the LinkedIn where the jobs are available. So it's a very tedious job. So, and you should not get frustrated even if you don't get reply from many of these companies. Okay. Possibility is, in case if your resume is impressive and if it matches with the requirement of the company, then they will send you an invitation for OA, that is online assessment. Online assessment means you have to fill up whatever information they want, and once the online assessment is through, then you get interview call. You will have to go through at least 5 to 6 rounds of interviews. Means in India you can take 1 or 2 rounds and you get selected, but that is not the case in America. After you complete all those 4 or 5 rounds, they may take your technical interview also in between, and then finally you get a job. So you must speak very good English, your communication skill has to be excellent. Many students are under the impression that they are from English medium schools, therefore they can speak good English, but that's not true. So you really have to brush up, polish your communication skills. And I can give an example that one student from Texas, he sent 600 applications, then Texas, Dallas, then he got 15 OAs, 2 interview calls and finally 1 offer. So you can imagine how difficult, how tough it is. And honestly speaking, previous work experience, that will help you a lot, because work experience and a strong knowledge base and a skill building are very important. And finally, what matters is your luck also. But one more thing I have to tell you, that smart networking is very important. You must have networking with your seniors, with your professors, and especially in America it is called referral. So if someone refers your case to HR, at least they will give you at least OS call. Now people at the vice president level, the director level, senior director level, if you know them, they can definitely help you as referral. In other words, the situation is not as easy as it was earlier. Therefore, you really have to have patience, and only then you will get a good job. Are there jobs available? Yes, there are jobs available in America to deserving candidates. So you have to be a deserving candidate. For that, you have to prove that you have adequate skills which the employer requires. So thank you very much, and I wish you good luck for getting a job after your graduation in America.